going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So we have got a ton of information, okay, to share in this video that comes straight from one of the devs who of course goes by the name Phil. And shout out to one of the guys in my Discord channel, which if you haven't joined, by the way, the link is in the description, but he goes by the name Brian Summers, okay, and one of the Crystal Dynamics devs, like I said, Phil, literally just spawned up in the middle of the night, okay, at least here in the UK time anyway, and just dropped even more awesome teasers and confirmations regarding some crazy stuff, alright, and I'm talking things like Deadpool, we're talking about the roadmap, so we got a ton of stuff to cover in this video. But as always, let's try and get to 9 likes. It's just a meme at this stage, okay, so get the video to 9 likes, take a print screen of it, and I'll be featuring people in the upcoming videos who basically see the video at 9 likes. But most importantly, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button below, because they don't teach it in school, and all in all, it's just a really cool thing to do, okay, so go ahead and click that. Thank you in advance. Now, diving into this first bit of information I want to share in this video, and I feel the need to share it because quite a few people have sent it to me, and it's regarding one of the devs from this Marvel's Avengers game actually leaving and joining Microsoft, essentially for this, I guess we can call it a mysterious AAA studio, okay, and that's pretty much what IGN called it anyway, so we're just gonna go with the flow on that one, okay. So in a nutshell, the director was called Remy Lacoste. He's now left Marvel's Avengers, also known as, well, obviously not also known as, but from Crystal Dynamics in general, because he was working on this Avengers game, and we have no idea what he's working on now. Now, I want to just say, okay, there's for some reason a lot of people freaking out about this, but I just want to say, first of all, don't freak out, because first of all, it is said that he left 2 months ago, okay, and to add to this, the team do of course have Sean, who is one of the directors, so it's not like, you know, the ship is sinking over there. It's just one of those things that do happen, and I say this because of course it is a live service game, etc, etc. It's probably a career move, alright, for Remy to just go into Microsoft and do whatever this may be, as opposed to a whole speculation now going around, and weirdly enough comparing it to Anthem, where essentially they just aborted the sinking ship, okay, so it's not one of those situations with this, so don't freak out, but it's an interesting bit of information nonetheless. But getting into the real stuff, and again shout out to Brian Summers on my Discord, we got a little mini Q&A from Phil, so I'm just going to dive straight in with the information we got, because it's some really cool stuff. So the first question we got was, and I quote, "I was wondering, Thor's ultimate Bifrost, once you activate it, can you move the landing zone across the whole map or to a limit?" And Phil's response to that was, "You can move it to land wherever you want." Now the second part is regarding the roadmap, and the question was, I would like to see a roadmap, Phil, like that'll be helpful in general for this game's launch, just so people can know, you know, what this game truly has to offer, of course, in the near future and so forth. Now, he did respond to this by saying, "We will as soon as we have one that we are sure about." Now, in a previous Q&A as well, it was said that they kind of have the gist of one, and hopefully we'll have it more or less, not straight after launch, but hopefully within that first or second month, definitely, where we can say, okay, this is exactly what's going to be happening when it comes down to drops and so forth, because don't forget, raids is also something that is going to be added into the game, not right away at launch, but more or less weeks after launch as well. And in regarding to that, there was a question saying about raids and whether or not it'll be PvP, and that question wasn't answered unfortunately, but he did confirm it like he has previously that of course it's only up to 4 players at the moment, but if it will be, you know, I guess a PvP type of raid, I think that would be really cool. Now, this is where things get interesting, because he does say that everyone in this community is cool in general, and of course the aim is for them is to keep a healthy community moving forward, but he does state that he's going to need all of our help, etc. regarding this game, of course, which is great, because this is just confirmation that they are actually taking this feedback a whole lot more serious than I assumed they would anyway. Not saying that I didn't think they would take feedback serious, but you know what I mean. Like, every single bit of feedback that is going their way, they are taking, okay? And just for some sort of perspective as well, if you didn't know, you know in the other video we was talking about how many people played the beta. Of course, we didn't have like actual numbers on terms of, you know, how many people did play. All we had was like how many enemies were killed and so forth and so forth. But someone done an estimate and it basically accumulates to like over 5 million people that tuned in to, of course, play the beta, which is just absolutely crazy. I'd love to know the numbers, like in comparison to, you know, the people that pre-ordered versus, of course, the open betas, but nonetheless, that is a big number, and it's safe to say there is a lot of feedback for them to actually benefit from. Now, going on to the last question, and this is the part where it basically just confirms another hero, more or less, coming into this game at one point. And again, it doesn't literally confirm it, but take it as you like, but it's more or less confirmation, okay? And the question was, who is your favorite Marvel hero of all time? And surprisingly, he came back and said Deadpool. My liking Deadpool has no bearing or anything feature-wise, brackets TM, brackets disclaimer, which is, of course, like I said, more or less confirmation, because everyone literally just spam chatted more or less that Deadpool is confirmed 100% more or less, and he just flat out ignored it. Of course, he can't just come out and literally confirm it, but nonetheless, it'd be great to see this character make an appearance, and especially considering, of course, these come with new expansions and so forth. And if you didn't see my video yesterday, we was actually talking about another Q&A that he'd done on this Discord server the day before, where someone was talking about the helicarrier and so forth, and he kind of gave a bit of a sarcastic answer. Well, not even sarcastic, it's another teaser where he basically was just saying, you know, the helicarrier doesn't need to be the only thing, you know, that holds characters or heroes, whatever you want to call them. So again, that was also leading to more teasers regarding, you know, the Avengers base basically just being the HQ for, again, working in a similar way like the helicarrier, where hopefully we can just move around inside as well. That would be something, well, I mean, that would really be something really cool, and just in general when it comes down to exploration and so forth. But I do want you guys to leave your thoughts on this stuff in the comments below. We've got another video going out later today as well, but from what we've taken from this video in general, I mean, Thor's Ultimate Bifrost, of course, that's a key thing, and most importantly, Deadpool being the second thing, but lastly, the roadmap. I think the roadmap is what really is going to give people that bigger image to kind of see what the devs aim for this game in general. But like I said, where they confirm that, you know, raids will be coming in a matter of weeks after launch, it's safe to say that I'd like to think they'd have a roadmap again within that time as well. But we can't really, you know, put our finger on that. But nonetheless, a roadmap is in place. Well, it is in the making, so that's always a good thing. But guys, that's going to wrap up this video. As always, subscribe for more awesome content if you haven't already. Check out the playlist that you can see on screen for any of the other information that you may have missed. But I'll see you in the next video, which is going to be a couple of hours from now. So until then, have yourselves a ridiculously amazing day, and adios amigos.